Hello friends, myself Professor Prashant Mahajan, working as an assistant professor at AISSMS Institute of Information Technology. In the last lectures, we have seen definition of fuel, classification of fuel, characteristic of good fuel, units of a fuel. Then we have seen gross calorific value, which is also called as higher calorific value. Then net calorific value, which is also called as lower calorific value, its definitions, its relation between GCV and NCV, then numerical based on the GCV and NCV. So that part is over in the last lecture. Today we are going to see bomb calorimeter. So what is bomb calorimeter? Its construction, its working, its calculation, numerical, that we are going to see in the today's lecture. So bomb calorimeter is used for measurement of calorific value of solid and non-volatile liquid fuel. So you can see the diagram directly. In the diagram, there is a strong stainless steel bomb is there. So we are going to start directly construction. So first, it consists of strong cylindrical stainless steel bomb which in which combustion is carried out. Okay, so this is a strong cylindrical stainless steel bomb in which combustion is carried out, which has tight lid. So that is second. It has two stainless steel electrodes. So this is one, this is second. One electrode is having ring, that is here. The small ring is attached to one of the electrode in this nickel and stainless steel crucible is supported and known amount of fuel is kept. So that is here. So two electrodes are there. Out of that, one electrode ring is attached, and on the ring, on that ring, stainless steel or nickel crucible is placed, and in that crucible, known amount of fuel is kept. The entire bomb pot is kept in copper calorimeter containing known mass of water. So this bomb pot, it is kept in the copper calorimeter. So this is copper calorimeter. So this is copper calorimeter. Then it is placed in the water which is of known mass. It is also containing electrically operated stirrer and Beckmann's thermometer. So copper calorimeter is surrounded by air and water jacket to prevent heat losses due to radiation. So this is stainless steel bomb which is covered with the copper calorimeter, which is covered with the air jacket, and which is also covered with the water jacket. This is to prevent heat losses due to radiation. So this is the construction of bomb calorimeter. Then working of bomb calorimeter. So you can see first a known mass of a fuel is taken in a crucible. The crucible is placed on the ring. A fine magnesium wire is stretched along the electrodes and touches the fuel sample. So you can see in the diagram. So a known mass of a fuel is kept here in the crucible, which is attached to the ring, which is attached to the electrode, and that electrode is attached to the 6-volt battery, and that electrode and fuel is in touch with the help of the magnesium wire. So this is about 10 ml of distilled water is added at the bottom of the bomb pot. So here you can see, so water is added at the bottom of the bomb pot. The lid is tightly screwed and the bomb pot is filled with oxygen to 25 atmospheric pressure. So for combustion we require oxygen. So it is the oxygen valve, or it is the screw tight lid. You have to fill this bomb pot with 25 atmospheric oxygen. Then The bomb pot is then kept in copper calorimeter containing known mass of water. The water in the calorimeter is stirred and initial temperature of the water is noted. So, last point, the heat liberated on combustion of the fuel is absorbed by the water in the calorimeter. Stirring of water in the calorimeter is continued for uniform distribution of heat and the maximum temperature attained is noted. So you can see here, first point is crucible is there, then known mass of a fuel is kept, which is attached to the fuse magnesium wire and which is attached to the electrode, and that electrode is attached to the 6-volt battery. Second point is there, known mass of water is placed at the bottom of the bomb pot. Third point, oxygen is filled, that is 25 atmospheric pressure, and lid is tight. Then this bomb pot is kept in the copper calorimeter and initial temperature of that water is noted and the mass of the water is also noted. Then last, ignite that fuel, this one, by plugging the battery, ignite that fuel, and the heat liberated by this fuel, it is absorbed by this surrounding water, and note the temperature, maximum temperature attained. So that is your working part. Then calculation, you can see here, let the weight of the fuel sample taken is x gram, then weight of the water is w gram, then water equivalent of calorimeter, stirrer, bomb and thermometer is omega. So what is water equivalent? So the heat liberated by the combustion of fuel, it is absorbed by calorimeter. Some part of the heat is absorbed by calorimeter, stirrer, bomb and thermometer, which is taken in the form of omega, that is water equivalent. Then initial temperature of water is T1 degree Celsius, final temperature is T2 degree Celsius. Higher calorific value or gross calorific value, the symbol is L, calorie per gram, and heat liberated by the fuel is XL, calorie. So heat absorbed by water and apparatus is M into Cp into T2 minus T1, that is M is mass, Cp is specific heat of water, that is 1 calorie per gram. So we have relation from here, the heat liberated by the fuel is equal to the heat absorbed by the water and apparatus. The amount of heat liberated from here, that will be absorbed by this surrounding water. So you can see here, the heat liberated by fuel is equal to the heat gained by water and apparatus. So heat liberated by fuel, it is XL, and heat gained by the water and apparatus is W plus omega into T2 minus T1 into 1 calorie per gram. So W is weight of water, you can see here, omega is water equivalent, T2 is final temperature and T1 is initial temperature, X is mass of the fuel or weight of the fuel, and L is the gross calorific value or higher calorific value. So by using this formula, XL is equal to W plus omega bracket close, T2 minus T1 second bracket, calorie per gram. You can this X is multiply here, so if this goes to the other side, that will be divided. Therefore formula becomes calorific value, that is GCV is equal to W plus omega T2 minus T1 upon X calorie per gram. So that is your final formula, and you can see the numerical. Calculate NCV of a fuel containing 7.5% hydrogen with the following data. So this 7.5% hydrogen, that will be required for NCV calculation. So first we are going to calculate GCV. So Mass of the fuel 0.928 gram, which is X. So X is 0.928 gram. Then water equivalent of calorimeter is 850 gram. So that is omega. Then mass of water 2050 gram, that is W. Rise in temperature is 2.78 degrees Celsius. So directly T2 minus T1 is given. So you can write here X is 0.928, then omega is 850, then W is 2050 gram, and T2 minus T1 is 2.78 degrees Celsius. So from that you can calculate GCV. So after calculation of GCV, you have to use this formula, this one. So you have GCV, you have hydrogen percentage into 0.09 into 587. So you can see here, so you have to use after calculation of GCV, NCV is equal to GCV minus 0.09 into hydrogen into 587. Hydrogen is 7.5. So that's it from today's lecture. Thank you.